Hello everyone. In today's session, last time we discussed regarding the definition of drug, how uh, the drug is defined, and uh, in substance which is considered as a drug, what are the terms especially included. Then we move towards the some ideal properties or the characteristics of the drug, and then we discussed the classification of drug according to their pharmacological action. So here, from today's session, we are going to discuss the other terms related with the medicine or the drug. So we are familiar with the number of drug, but we are only familiar with the brand name. Means we are using the क्रोसिन. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की सगळ्यांना आपण क्रोसिन घेतो, त्याच्यानंतर सर्दी झाली तर विक्स आपल्याला माहिती आहे कॉमन. सो ऑल दीज आर द ॲक्च्युअली द ब्रँड नेम, द नेम गिवन बाय द पर्टिक्युलर कंपनी, and we are not actually aware about the content of the drug in that particular medicine or which is sold by that particular brand name. And that's why actually it becomes important to study what is the nomenclature system of the drug, how the drugs are nominated, and how the name to the drug is given by a variety of organizations or the companies. So actually when a new drug is synthesized by anyone, means especially we can say that a chemist who is actually going to synthesize the particular drug, he synthesizes the compound or the drug, and after that he want to study whether that particular synthesized compound gives a specific effect or not. So when particular compound is synthesized, that compound actually having particular structure, and depend upon that structure a name is given, and definitely that name is nothing but the IUPAC name. So we are having idea regarding the IUPAC nomenclature of the chemical compound. We are considering number of things, which functional group is present, what are the structural components, and according to which we are giving the particular name or the particular chemical name, or which is based on IUPAC nomenclature. But we have again one idea regarding the chemical name. When we see the IUPAC name is too much long as well as the complicated one. So if we are using that particular chemical name on the strip of the tablet, it covers the too much space, even though we can say that one strip, many times the one strip which whole accommodates the name, and that's why it becomes a complicated one. So in practice actually chemical name or the name which is given by IUPAC nomenclature system is actually not used for the marketing, but still the chemical name is given. But one another problem is related with that. Suppose one person is going to synthesize or is already synthesized one compound which having the specific chemical name, and he want to identify which properties or which effects which is related with the drug is given by that particular compound. म्हणजे एखादा माणूस किंवा एखादा केमिस्ट आहे तो काय करतो की एखादा केमिकल कंपाऊंड आहे ते सिंथेसाइज करतो, आणि सिंथेसाइज केल्यानंतर ते जे सिंथेसाइज केलेलं कंपाऊंड आहे ते त्याने लक्षात घेतलेलं असतं असं की हे केमिकल कंपाऊंड सपोज पेन किलर म्हणून ऍक्ट होईल, सपोज हे ताप घालवणारं औषध म्हणजे अँटीपायरेटिक म्हणून ऍक्ट होईल, असं त्याने स्पेसिफाय करून सिंथेसाइज केलेलं असतं. किंवा आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की असं त्याने डोक्यात घेतलेलं असतं की ही गोष्ट या प्रॉपर्टीज दाखवेल. मग काय करतो तो की तो स्पेशली ही कंपाऊंड्स आहेत ती लॅबोरेटरीमध्ये देतो. कशासाठी? तर चेक करायला की वेदर दिस कंपाऊंड सिंथेसाइज्ड कंपाऊंड गिव्स द डिझायर्ड ऍक्शन ऑर नॉट. बट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर सिंथेसाइज्ड कंपाऊंड इज अ नॉवेल कंपाऊंड. ते जर कोणाला तरी लक्षात आलं की हे कंपाऊंड आहे आणि हेच कंपाऊंड जे सिंथेसाइज केलेलं आहे ते ह्या प्रॉपर्टी अतिशय चांगल्या प्रकारे देते, तर कोणतरी याचा मिसयूज करून त्या कंपाऊंडचं वेगळ्या प्रकारे सिंथेसिस करून ते कंपाऊंड आपल्या नावावर खपू शकतो. मग केमिस्ट काय करतो स्पेशली, तर केमिस्ट ऍक्च्युली गिव्स अ स्पेसिफिक कोड नेम टू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ड्रग. अ वेल नोन एक्झाम्पल इज अ विक्स ऍक्शन. म्हणजे विक्सचा जो फॉर्म्युला 44 आहे, आपण जो विक्स वापरतो नेझल कंजेशनच्या वेळेला, तो विक्सचं ऍक्च्युली नाव होतं विक्स फॉर्म्युला 44. अँड नाउ इट इज दॅट पर्टिक्युलर नेम इज ऑल्सो युज्ड instead of using using chemical name of that particular formula. So what's happened exactly? The code name given to that particular compound, and then it given to the laboratory to identify the properties of that particular compound. And after identification, if the desired effect is given by that particular compound, that chemist is trying to get the patent, मालकी हक्क किंवा मालकी तत्व त्याचं मिळवण्यासाठी तो काय करतो, इज ट्राइंग टू प्रिपेअर फॉर दॅट, अँड आफ्टर दॅट नेम इज डिस्क्लोज्ड. सो दिस इज ऍक्च्युअली वन प्रॉब्लेम रिलेटेड टू द केमिकल नेम ऑल्सो. स्टील द केमिकल नेम इज गिवन फॉर द कंपाऊंड. वी आर ऍक्च्युअली considering the chemical name. Chemical name only gives the chemical structure of the drug. ऑलरेडी डिस्कस केलं आपण की विच इज रिलेटेड विथ द IUPAC नेम ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर कंपाऊंड. नेक्स्ट nomenclature system or nomenclature is a generic name, official name, which is also called as a common name or non-proprietary name. What is mean by non-proprietary name? Means anyone can use that particular name. Suppose Crocin is a brand name. क्रोसिन या नावाने दुसरा कोणीही कंपनीवाला आपलं ड्रग आहे ते विकू शकत नाही. बट नॉन प्रोप्रायटरी नेम और जेनेरिक नेम हे कोणी वापरू शकते. एक सिंपल अँड बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल ऑफ दिस इज पॅरासिटामॉल. पॅरासिटामॉल, आय थिंक ऑल आर फॅमिलियर विथ द नेम पॅरासिटामॉल, बिकॉज वी आर टेकिंग दिस पॅरासिटामॉल फॉर ॲज अ पेन किलर, मीन्स एनाल्जेसिक वन. And another property which is actually having this compound is nothing but the antipyretic nature, means it decreases the fever. Okay, it decreases the pyrexia, means it creates or it lowers our body temperature to the normal level. So name given to paracetamol, the paracetamol is actually the generic name, but in market Crocin is also containing the paracetamol, but we are only aware about the name which is the brand name which is the Crocin. ओके, हा तुम्हाला फरक लक्षात येईल की ब्रँड नेम मधला फरक आणि जेनेरिक नेम मधला फरक. जेनेरिक नेम हे कुठली स्पेसिफिक कंपनी असं काही नाही, कोणीही जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते वापरू शकतो. पण ब्रँड नेम किंवा आहे ते फक्त ती कंपनीने त्याला दिलेलं नाव आहे आणि ती कंपनी वापरू शकते. मग आता ब्रँड नेम आणि जेनेरिक नेम ही वेगवेगळी का दिली जातात, त्याचं कारण आहे. एखाद्या कंपनीने एखादं ड्रग आहे ते मार्केटमध्ये आणलं आणि इफ दॅट ड्रग, जे ड्रग आहे त्याचं पेटंट एखादी कंपनी घेते. पेटंट घेणं म्हणजे काय की हे ड्रग मी मार्केटला आणलेलं आहे, त्याची माझीच मालकी आहे. हे ड्रग आणखी कोणतीही कंपनी मार्केटमध्ये आणू शकत नाही. त्याच्यासाठी पेटंट घ्यावं लागतं. आणि मग हे पेटंट घेतलं तर ते 17 वर्ष ते 20 वर्ष, डिपेंड्स अपॉन कोणत्या अमेरिकन पेटंट आहे, इंडियन पेटंट आहे, त्याच्यावरून ठरतं की हे जे घेतलेलं जे पेटंट आहे ते किती दिवस किंवा किती वर्ष आहे ते त्या कंपनीकडे राहील. तर जनरली 17 ते 20 वर्ष त्या पेटंटचे अधिकार किंवा मालकी हक्काचे अधिकार आहेत त्या स्पेसिफिक कंपनीकडे राहतात. म्हणजे काय होतं की कंपनी आहे ती फक्त एकच कंपनी ते काय करू शकते, मार्केटमध्ये ड्रग आहे ते विकू शकते. तर कंपनी ज्या वेळेला विकते त्यावेळेला ती स्वतःच्या ब्रँड नेमने विकते, स्वतःचं दिलेलं स्पेसिफिक नेम असतं त्याने ती विकते, लाईक अ क्रोसिन. मग काय होतं, 17 वर्ष होऊन गेली, 20 वर्ष होऊन घेतली की त्याचे पेटंटचे अधिकार आहेत ते संपतात. त्या केसमध्ये त्या पर्टिक्युलर ड्रगसाठी एक जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते दिलं जातं. आणि त्या जेनेरिक नेमने ज्याने पेटंट अगोदर घेतलं होतं ती कंपनी पण विकू शकते किंवा ब्रँड नेमनी पण विकू शकते, किंवा ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे तसं वापरून दुसरी कुठलीही कंपनी तो प्रॉडक्ट 20 वर्षानंतर मार्केटमध्ये विकू शकते. अनेक वेळेला काय होतं की ते जे जेनेरिक नेम आहेत त्या व्यतिरिक्त दुसरी कंपनी ओपन झालेलं पेटंट सोडून गेलेलं किंवा पेटंटचे अधिकार नसलेलं कोणतंही ड्रग आहे ते ड्रग स्वतःच्या एका ब्रँड नेमने सुद्धा विकू शकते. म्हणजे थोडक्यात ब्रँड नेम आहे ते सुरुवातीला जे दिलं जातं ते फक्त तीच कंपनी देऊ शकते ज्या कंपनीकडे पेटंटचे अधिकार आहेत, म्हणजे मालकी हक्क आहेत. मालकी हक्क 17 ते 20 वर्षानंतर संपतात आणि 17 ते 20 वर्षानंतर मालकी हक्क संपल्यानंतर कोणतीही कंपनी त्याचं जेनेरिक नेम म्हणजे जे कॉमन नेम दिलेलं आहे ते वापरून किंवा स्वतःचं ब्रँड नेम वापरून तो प्रॉडक्ट आहे तो मार्केटमध्ये आहे तो विकू शकते. मला वाटते लक्षात आलं असेल तुमच्या हा दोघांमधला फरक. आपण पुढच्या पॉइंट कडे बोलूया. जस्ट आपण रीड करतोय मी. दिस नेम रेफर्स टू द कॉमन इस्टॅब्लिश्ड नेम बाय विच द ड्रग इज नोन ॲज आयसोलेटेड सबस्टन्स इरिस्पेक्टिव्ह विथ ऑफ इट्स मॅन्युफॅक्चर. द जेनेरिक नेम इज असाइन्ड इन युनायटेड स्टेट. युनायटेड स्टेटमध्ये उसान नावाचं एक ऑर्गनायझेशन आहे किंवा काउन्सिल आहे. ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे त्याला अप्रुव्हल देतं आणि मग ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते कॉमन नेम म्हणून त्या नेमने किंवा त्या नावाने आहे ते मार्केटमध्ये ड्रग येऊ शकतात. उसान म्हणजे युनायटेड स्टेट ॲडॉप्टेड नेम काउन्सिल. युनायटेड स्टेट ॲडॉप्टेड नेम काउन्सिल या काउन्सिलकडे अधिकार आहेत ते की ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते जेनेरिक नेमला अप्रुव्हल देतं आणि मग नंतर ते जेनेरिक नेम आहे ते त्या नेमने मार्केटमध्ये कोणतीही ड्रग आहेत ती आणली जाऊ शकतात. Okay, moving towards the next point, I think the idea regarding the generic name as well as the chemical name might be clear. We are moving towards the next point. Just I'm showing some example. So you can see here the chemical structure is given here, and if the chemical name is considered for this structure, it's 7-chloro, 1,3-dihydro, 1-methyl, 5-phenyl, 2H, 1,4 benzodiazepine, 2-one. Too much complicated, too much longer, okay, name is there. So that's why the generic name given by the Usan is a diazepam. So many number of tablets or many number of companies using this diazepam, but still some companies are using a brand name for diazepam. Some examples are given here: Valium or Valium. Okay, Valium or Valium. This R means is a register name which is actually given by the company which having previously the patent. Okay, I am showing another one slide related with the acetyl salicylic acid. We are familiar with this chemical name, acetyl salicylic acid, commonly prepared by acetylation of salicylic acid and which having the analgesic action, means it is used as a painkiller. Okay, it is actually included in many types of tablets. Even though the balm pain relief साठी जी lotions किंवा balm आपण वापरतो, it consists the aspirin or acetyl salicylic acid. So acetyl salicylic acid is somewhat long name, that's why aspirin name is given, which is nothing but the generic name. And today actually we are using aspirin instead of the acetyl salicylic acid. Okay, some brand names are here. Actually आपल्याला माहिती आहे की मी सांगितलं मगाशी Crocin is common name. Okay, Crocin is a brand name which is given by the company. So Crocin is for the paracetamol. Similarly Saint Joseph ही जी कंपनी आहे which using directly the aspirin, which is a brand name. Next one is the N-acetyl para-aminophenol. N-acetyl para-aminophenol is a chemical name. Okay, and for this chemical name, generic name given is a acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Okay, though it is too much somewhat complicated for the pronounce, but as compared to the N-acetyl para-aminophenol, this one is a quite simple one. And the brand name or market name is, or common name, instead of the common name, Tylenol. Tylenol is a one tablet which consists of acetaminophen. Okay, then lithium hydroxide monohydrate. It is general lithium hydroxide. So instead of using lithium hydroxide monohydrate, the generic name is used, which is nothing but the lithium, which is approved by USAN. And the tablets actually, which having the brand name, one example is given here, which is a lithobid. Okay. Similarly, indole acetic acid, the brand generic name is indomethacin and brand name is indocin. Okay. So another example is here. I'm not using that particular thing, but ampicillin is a generic name. Ampicillin name itself indicates that it is an antibiotic. Okay, it is a antibiotic, and brand name is a Omnipen. Brand name is a Omnipen. Chemical name बघितलं लक्षात येईल आपल्याला. Somewhat it is a complicated one, and ampicillin is a well known or the common name or the generic name. Okay. नेक्स्ट बघूया आपण स्लाइड. सम पॅरासिटामॉल आपल्या आवडीचा किंवा कॉमनली यूज केला जाणारा कंपाऊंड आहे किंवा ड्रग आहे, विच इज नथिंग बट पॅरासिटामॉल. ओके. द केमिकल नेम आहे त्याचं ॲसिटो अमिनोफिनॉल. द नेम ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर कंपाऊंड इज ॲसिटो अमिनोफिनॉल and brand name is crocin. Already I have said. Then calpol is there. 500 milligram of the paracetamol is there in the calpol. Okay, same quantity is in a crocin. And next one is a phenanpil. Sorry, phepanil is not common in India, but calpol and crocin is commonly used in India. Okay. Next one is aspirin, acetyl salicylic acid, which is nothing but the brand name is Ecosprin. Then Disprin. Ecosprin is now available as Ecosprin 75 and Ecosprin 150. Previously, actually, the aspirin is synthesized as antipyretic and analgesic drug. What is mean by the antipyretic and analgesic drug? Antipyretic means it reduces the fever, and analgesic means it reduces the pain without causing unconsciousness. Okay. But what's happened when the paracetamol come into the market? The cost of paracetamol is comparatively less than the aspirin, as well as the potency of the paracetamol is more as compared to the aspirin, and that's why the chemists are searching for another application of the aspirin. And it is observed that after some time it is observed that aspirin also having one another property, which is nothing but the it reduces, or it we can say that it reduces the viscosity of blood. So the patient which are suffering from viscosity of the drug, viscosity of the blood. What is mean by the viscosity? आपल्याला माहिती असेल बघा सगळ्यांना की कोलेस्ट्रॉल वाढलेलं आहे असं सांगतात. व्हॉट इज मीन बाय कोलेस्ट्रॉल? द कोलेस्ट्रॉल वेन कम्स इन टू, और द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ कोलेस्ट्रॉल is more in the blood, then blood becomes so viscous and the flow of blood gets restricted. So to make the blood thinner, acetyl salicylic acid or the aspirin is used, and that's why the commonly actually the Ecosprin 75 and Ecosprin 150 tablets are given by the doctor. Okay. Next one is a generic name is a metformin. Metformin. The chemical name is 1,1-dimethyl biguanide. The name which is given by one company or the brand name is a glucophage. Another companies also given the name, is just one name is given here. And next one is ampicillin. मगाशी बघितलं आपण ampicillin, amino benzyl penicillin, amino benzyl penicillin, which is nothing but the rosuline and unacin, sulbacin. As it is a antibiotic, mostly the word or the name is end with N. So pronunciation is really as like this: ampicillin, penicillin, sulbacin, unacin, rosuline, and so on. Okay. So here we are getting exact idea regarding the generic name, chemical name, and the brand name. So actually many companies which having the brand name, they are suggesting that don't take the generic drug. Okay, but in our market also some generic medicines are sold in some generic stores as well as in regular uh, pharmacy, means some in a medical store. And but doctor actually many times gives only the branded drug or the brand name, the drug having the brand name, because brand name is a simple one, and to remember the brand name is a easy task, and that's why doctor many times gives the uh, medicine by using the brand name. So when we actually go to the medical store, many times if that particular is not available, drug is not available, then what's happened that owner or the marketing person of the that particular medical store will give you what, will give you another name, and he said that okay, the tablet having the same content or the syrup having the same content, but we having some आपल्याला we having some doubt in our mind that the drug given by that medical store is the proper one or not. Okay, so we again go to the doctor and asking whether this drug is proper one or not. But don't bother about that, we just consider, we have to just consider the content of the drug, we don't bother about the brand name of that particular drug. Okay, नेक्स्ट बघूया आपण proprietary brand and trade name. Already the point is discussed, but I am again recapitulating to clear idea in other sophisticated way. Just I am reading one paragraph which is shown in the slide. A marketed drug has three names, which is chemical name, generic name, and brand name. Okay. A chemical name is given when a new chemical entity NCE is developed. The chemical name is a scientific name based on the compound's chemical structure. Example 6-thioguanine, and it is almost never used to identify. Why? Because this name is a simple one, but many names are the complicated one. Okay. The generic name is granted by the USAN Council, and it is commonly used to identify the drug during its useful clinical lifetime. The company that patents the drug creates the brand name. Actually creates the brand name, it indicates that it suggests that brand name to the USAN, and USAN approves that brand name. Okay, so after the completion of 17-year or 20-year period, depends upon the patent where the patent is taken, that particular generic name will be used. Okay, so before that the brand name which is given by the company is used by that particular sole company. This name identifies the drug during the 17 years that the company has exclusive right to make, sell and use it under patent law. म्हणजे मालकी हक्काने तो विकू शकतो. Proprietary brand or trade name. Okay, already discussed, we are not recapitulating the point because that name is only used by the manufacturing which having the patent, or after the completion of the patent, time period of the patent, any company can use that particular generic name or its own proprietary name for that particular generic drug. Then synonym. There are names given by different manufacturers to the same drug or old non-proprietary name. Means generic name ला अनेक कंपनी काय करतात, स्वतःचं नाव देतात. मी आता सांगितलं तुम्हाला की त्याला कॉमनली आपण म्हणतो ब्रँड नेम म्हणण्यापेक्षा सिनोनेम्स असं म्हणतो. ब्रँड नेम आपण कॉमनली म्हणताना फक्त ज्या कंपनीने पेटंट घेतलं होतं सुरुवातीला त्याने जे नेम आहे मार्केटमध्ये आणलेलं तेच नेम आपण ब्रँड नेम म्हणून कन्सिडर करतो, आणि नंतरची जी सगळी ब्रँड नेम्स म्हणून जरी वापरली जात असली नवीन कंपनीने केलेली तरी आपण त्याला सिनोनेम्स म्हणतो. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट बघू आपण की डेफिनेशन ऑफ सम मेडिसिनल टर्म्स. डेफिनेशन ऑफ सम मेडिसिनल टर्म्स, बिकॉज when we are moving for another chapters, we are going into details of the medicinal chemistry or of the synthetic drug. then we require some terms or which are related with the medicinal chemistry. So first term is a pharmacophore. So the question comes, what is mean by the pharmacophore? Actually, we are taking one drug for a specific purpose to get relief from something. Okay. So drug is nothing but, we already discussed, we having idea regarding drug is nothing but the chemical compound. Means the chemical compound having the structure. But the thing is that the whole chemical structure is not responsible for pharmacological action. Whole chemical structure is not responsible for pharmacological action. Only the part of the structure or some functional group are responsible for the pharmacological action. So the structural unit which is responsible for the pharmacological effect, or the, we can say that the functional group which are responsible for the pharmacological action, are considered as a pharmacophore. Means whole molecule is a bigger one, but only small part or some restricted part is only responsible for the pharmacological action, and that is nothing but the pharmacophore. So when people is going to synthesize especially the new drug which may gives the specific effect or which may give the same effect, okay, which is given by the known drug, when he designed the molecule, he considered first which is the pharmacophore responsible in that particular molecule. So when he going to synthesize that particular compound or particular chemical compound, he considered that first pharmacophore, means that pharmacophore if is not present in that molecule, then that molecule cannot use that particular desired action. So it becomes necessary that new compound which is going to be synthesized must have that particular structure unit which is known as a pharmacophore. Okay. Next we are moving towards the point is a pharmakon. This term is originated from the Greek word pharmakon, means drug. Okay. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की आपण बघितलं तर ड्रोग्यू इज रिलेटेड विथ द विच वर्ड, फ्रेंच वर्ड, and pharmakon is related with the Greek word. Okay, it is only difference between the drug and pharmakon. Next one is the pharmacology. Definitely, what is meant by the pharmacology? Definitely the study of drugs, is the synthesis and its properties and so on. So like the chemistry, like a physical, organic and so on chemistry, pharmacology is related with the study of the drug. Okay, detailed study of the drug and their beneficial or harmful actions on living animals, organs or tissues. Okay. Next one is a prodrug. Next one is a prodrug. What is mean by the prodrug? Actually, when we are taking a particular drug, there are many pathways or many, we can say that, a route by which we are taking that particular drug. Many times drug will be administered by injection. Some oral routes is given, means we are just swallowing the tablets, means in gastrointestinal tract. म्हणजे आपण काही गोष्ट gastrointestinal tract मध्ये तोंडावाटे टाकू शकतो. इंजेक्शन करून आपण डायरेक्ट ब्लड स्ट्रीम मध्ये देऊ शकतो. इंजेक्शन देऊन आपण काय करू शकतो, स्किन मध्ये देऊ शकतो. सो मेनी रूट्स आर देअर. आपल्याला हे पण माहिती असेल की आपल्याला नोझल कंजेशन झालं आपल्याला किंवा रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रॅकला कंजेशन झालं तर आपण काय करतो, इनहेलर्स वापरतो. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो रूट. वी डिस्कस दॅट रूट इन नेक्स्ट चॅप्टर, बट दीज आर द रूट. ऍक्च्युली जस्ट आपल्याला माहिती असायला पाहिजे की हे रूट आहे. मग या रूटने आपण जेव्हा घेतो त्यामधला जो गॅस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल ट्रॅक मधून आपण जेव्हा रूटमध्ये आपण घेतो स्पेशली, त्यावेळेला आपण घेतलेले ड्रग आहे ते तसेच्या तसं राहतं, अशातला भाग नाही. So when drug is taken by the oral route, many number of reaction takes place in our stomach or in the gastrointestinal tract. So hydrolysis may occur, some oxidation reduction type of reaction takes place, and that particular compound get converted into another compound. So taking consideration of this reaction, some molecules are prepared. So previously that molecule is not responsible for any type of reaction. but when that particular drug is taken by the oral route, म्हणजे तोंडावाटे जर का आपण ती औषध घेतलं असेल तर आपल्या पोटामध्ये गेल्यानंतर गॅस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल ट्रॅक मध्ये सम रिॲक्शन ऑकर्स आणि त्या रिॲक्शन मध्ये हायड्रोलिसिस होईल, रिडक्शन होईल, ऑक्सिडेशन डिपेंड्स अपॉन द मॉलिक्यूल and that molecule get converted into drug. That molecule is get converted into drug. So the drug is previously not drug, previously is a chemical compound which goes into the gastrointestinal tract, some reaction happens there and will be converted into another drug, okay, and which is actually giving some physiological action, or you can say that our desired effect. So this is a drug which is actually gets prepared in our body, okay. So the original molecule, original chemical compound is considered as a prodrug, okay. लक्षात आलं असेल सगळ्यांच्या की जो आपण घेतलेला कंपाऊंड आहे बॉडीमध्ये किंवा आपण ओरल रूटने जो कंपाऊंड आपण घेतलेला आहे विच इज नॉट अ ड्रग, बट व्हेन इट गोज इन टू द बॉडी व्हॉट्स हॅपन, बॉडीमध्ये रिॲक्शन होते आणि इट कन्वर्टेड इन टू द ड्रग, ओके. म्हणजे प्रो का म्हणायचा की इज गोइंग टू बी कन्वर्टेड इन टू द ड्रग, म्हणजे त्याच्यात ॲबिलिटी आहे की तो ड्रग म्हणून कन्वर्ट होऊ शकतो, असा केमिकल कंपाऊंडला आपण प्रोड्रग म्हणतो, ओके. We are moving towards the next point. Idea might be clear, I think. That's why I'm moving towards the next point. Okay. Biologically active drug which masked by latification. Brief idea as follows terms. Okay. So here actually I'm showing one figure which is related with the pharmacophore. Okay. So here is actually the structure of the morphine. Structure of the morphine. So morphine, when we considering, this group is nothing but the tertiary amino group, okay. This group is a tertiary amino group. Then here is a CH2, here is a CH2, means two carbon linkers are there, and these two carbon link this tertiary amino group to this quaternary carbon atom. Why quaternary carbon atom? One carbon atom is there and which having four different substituent. One is a benzene ring, one methyl group, another methyl group, and in whole this linkage, okay. So this is actually benzene ring attached with to the quaternary carbon atom which having two methyl group and then two carbon linker and then tertiary amino group is responsible for the actual pharmacological effect, okay. So here is one compound which is nothing but the heroin which is used as a drug, which is a banned drug, okay. It having same type of linkage, means phenyl group is here which linked to the quaternary group, and here is a two carbon atom which is linked to the one tertiary amino group, okay. Though here is a cyclic chain, but we can get idea related with the pharmacophore related with the heroin which is nothing but the pharmacophore of morphine. Then one is a methadone. Here we are getting one phenyl ring, then quaternary group, then two carbons which links the tertiary amino group to this quaternary carbon, okay. So you are getting, I think idea might be clear here more. So the picture gives exact idea which is the pharmacophore responsible for the pharmacological action, okay. Moving towards the next point which is nothing but the half-life efficiency. Half-life efficiency. Oh, we are going to discuss the variety of things. Just before that I am going to discuss the information about pharmacokinetics. Time course of drug absorption, distribution and elimination have a important role in understanding and planning drug regimes. The elimination half time or biological half-life is the time required for 50% completion of the elimination process. What it means? Actually, this one is a description. What it means? Actually, I want to give some idea regarding this in a very simple way. Suppose 100 milligram of particular drug is taken by intravenous route. What is meant by intravenous route? Means injection directly into the bloodstream. Bloodstream मध्ये काय होईल की 100 milligram of that particular drug will go. How much drug we are taken? 100 milligram. It goes into the bloodstream and after the 50 minutes, after the 15 minutes, 15 minutes, the drug concentration of that particular drug get reduces to 15%. What I am talking, 15 minutes, in within the 15 minutes, म्हणजे 15 मिनिटांमध्ये त्या ड्रगचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन 50% रिड्यूस झालं. याचा अर्थ काय होईल की आपण घेतलं तेव्हा 100 मिलीग्राम होतं ब्लड मध्ये, 15 मिनिटांनंतर काय होईल ते 50 मिलीग्राम होईल. ओके, 15 मिनिटांनंतर ते 50 मिलीग्राम होईल. मग 15 मिनिटांनंतर 50 मिलीग्राम झाल्यानंतर पुढच्या 15 मिनिटांमध्ये 50 मिलीग्राम मधलं आणखी 50% कमी होईल. सो दॅट बॉडीमध्ये किंवा ब्लडमध्ये किती असेल ते 25 मिलीग्राम. सो इट गिव्स आयडिया हाऊ, और आपल्याला आयडिया देते की आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की जे घेतलेले ड्रग आहे ते बॉडीमध्ये किती काळ राहू शकतं. मग ते किती काळ राहू शकतं याच्यावरती डोस ठरतो. म्हणजे आपल्याला माहिती असेल की डॉक्टर वेन प्रिस्क्राइब्स अ ड्रग, सम ड्रग्स आर गिवन फॉर given in a such a way that doctor said that take 1 tablet daily in morning, and for another drug instruction is as like this, take 3 tablets in morning, one afternoon, and at evening you take 1 tablet. So 3 doses are given in the day. 1 doses is given in day, or 2 doses are given in a day, depends upon that. म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय, काही औषधं आहेत ती रिपीटेडली घ्यायला लागतात, काही औषधं आहेत ती काही बऱ्याच काळानंतर घ्यायला लागतात, काही फार प्रोलॉंग काळानंतर घ्यायला लागतात. सो ते डोस आहेत, ते डोस कशावरती ठरतात, डिपेंड्स अपॉन द हाफ लाईफ इफिशियन्सी. कारण घेतलेला ड्रग आहे तो बॉडीमध्ये किती काळ राहील, किती वेळ राहील, हे आपल्याला कशावरून कळतं, त्याच्या हाफ लाईफ इफिशियन्सीमुळे. आणि ह्या हाफ लाईफ इफिशियन्सी वरून आपल्याला एक आयडिया लक्षात येते की आपल्याला किती काळानंतर दुसरा डोस आहे तो घ्यायला पाहिजे. आणि ते डॉक्टरला माहित असतं आणि म्हणून डॉक्टर आपल्याला आहे ते प्रिस्क्राईब करून आपल्याला देत असतो. सो दिस इज रिलेटेड विथ द हाफ लाईफ इफिशियन्सी. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट वन इज अ थेरापॅटिक इंडेक्स. नेक्स्ट वन इज अ थेरापॅटिक इंडेक्स. इट इज अन अप्रॉक्सिमेट असेसमेंट ऑफ द सेफ्टी ऑफ द ड्रग and it is expressed as the ratio of medium lethal dose to the medium effective dose. Medium lethal dose to medium effective dose. Medium lethal dose is nothing but the LD50, and medium effective dose is nothing but the ED50. Okay, so from this definition or from this explanation, we are not exact getting the idea. We are moving towards actually what is mean by ED50 and LD50. Okay, so this is actually the graph which gives the idea regarding the first half life. मी आता सांगितलं तुम्हाला की 50% रिडक्शन, आफ्टर दॅट 50% रिडक्शन, आफ्टर दॅट 50. सो the drug is going to be eliminated in the body. We are not going here because I think idea might be clear to you. Okay, next one is a median lethal dose. So means LD50. What is mean by the LD50? This is the dose expressed in milligram per kg which would be expected to kill 1/2 of the test population of the same species and strain of bacteria or animal. थोडक्यात घेतलेला डोस हा आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये गेलेल्या मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स आहेत, त्या मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स मधले 50% मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम किल करण्यासाठी आवश्यक असणारा जो डोस आहे त्या डोसला आपण म्हणतो LD50. म्हणजे किती डोस घेतल्यानंतर 50% मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझमचं पॉप्युलेशन आहे ते कमी होईल, तो जो डोस आहे त्या डोसला आपण काय म्हणतो, LD50. ओके, देन व्हॉट इज मीन बाय द ED50? ED50 is nothing but it is a dose expressed in milligram per kg similarly which produces a desired response in 50% of the test population. आपण मगाशी बघितलं की जो मीडियम लिथल डोस आहे, especially this type of test is related with the lethal action and this one is related with the effective action. Maybe the lethal dose is having some problematic issues. That's why medium effective dose is an important one. I'm coming to previous slide, which is nothing but the uh, therapeutic index. It is approximate assessment of the safety of the drug, and it is expressed as a ratio of medium lethal dose to the medium effective dose. Okay, so if the value of ED50 is more, then we can say that that particular drug is a more potent. So here we are getting idea of the effectivity of the potency of that particular drug by considering the therapeutic index. Then growth inhibition of 50% of cell, GI50. Especially this term is used in cancerous growth, means in case of the malignancy, because in malignancy the cells get multiply, and that's why to growth inhibition करणारा factor म्हणून आपण बघतोय GI50. It is a concentration of the drug to cause 50% reduction in a growth of cancerous cell, or concentration of the drug required to inhibit the growth of cancer cell. Okay, so these terms LD50, AD50 and GI50. Okay, so it is related with, again related with the growth as well as the effect. Okay, moving toward the next point, receptor. But I think here we conclude our today's lecture, and from next lecture or we discuss the further points. Okay, so just I want to recapitulate again the point which is discussed during this session, which is nothing but we consider the classification of the we discussed the nomenclature of the drug. Okay, how the drug is nominated, what is the brand name, generic name, or the proprietary name, synonyms. Okay, and we discussed some terms especially used in a medicinal chemistry. Okay, so with this I'm going to conclude this today's session. Okay, thank you for your patience listening. Thank you.